Okay. 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 Sorry. Okay. All right. All right. We can try to get started now. Hello. I don't know who's here, who's watching. uh, so if you're here, please say hi. I don't want to be lonely. Uh, or you can be silent. That's fine too. Hi, Morphe. Okay, we're gonna get started in a few minutes. I just want to give anyone who wants to join a chance to join in. Hello, Echo on guy. Okay. Uh, Sorry, there's a lot of sipping noises. I have three different drinks with me because I can't decide on like what tea I wanted to use, so I brought two. um, okay. Oh, I'm not cut out for this. But this could be fun. Hmm. Okay, well, it looks like it's just you two for now, so I guess we can go ahead and get started. Okay, so right today I'm just gonna be talking about where are all the aliens? Why can't we find them? Okay. It, let's just start with an overview of the concept of the Fermi Paradox. It, in essence, is just asking, where is everybody? There are billions of stars with billions of planets orbiting them within our galaxy alone, and with how old the universe and galaxy is, surely life would have developed on them. There should be signs of alien intelligence everywhere, but we don't see them. So that of course raises the question of where could they be? uh, uh, yes. So oh yeah, I learned this more recently, but Fermi wasn't the first person who like formulated like thought of this. Like a lot of people had apparently like thought of like this like contradiction before, and like the one I found most notable was Russian rocket scientist Konstantin Tsiolkovsky, who had explored the idea in 1933. Uh, so actually y'all can hear me, right? I don't I want to make sure I'm actually being heard and I'm not just talking to myself because I actually don't know because I'm not not hearing my own audio, which is I don't I don't know. Okay. Thanks. Yeah, that's good. Okay. And related to this is the Drake equation, which is designed to stimulate discussion around the topics because it formulates how many technologically advanced civilizations there could theoretically be by calculating like the rate of star formation, like here the seven, this like 7 variables here is like the rate of star formation, fraction of those with planetary systems, number with the environment suitable for life, fraction on which life appears, fraction on which intelligent life appears, fraction that develops interstellar communication, and the length that they release signals. You might notice that the last 4 variables are we don't know them. They're purely based on speculation, and like that was the intended purpose behind it. Because at least right now we don't have any answers to this. Okay. Okay. Now let's just go over like the various proposed solutions to the Fermi Paradox. One of the more common ones I hear is what's known as the Great Filter Theory. It states that there's one or maybe multiple blockages that prevent interstellar civilizations from emerging. And I've broken them down into 2 types: evolutionary and societal. The first type, evolutionary filters, has to do with the possibility of life actually emerging. Takes the form of the rare Earth hypothesis, where the requirements for life to develop could be really rare. For example, if life can only develop in Earth-like conditions, then you need to have an Earth-like planet within the habitable zone of its star, as well as like a moon like ours, and as well as the right triggers on the surface for life to arrive. Alternatively, life could be very common throughout the universe, maybe even in our own solar system, but intelligent life might not be. There might be, like, intelligence might be a whole different challenging hurdle that to overcome. And another thing would be the oxygen bottleneck, which ties back into the rare earth hypothesis, which states that that technology, advanced technology, might only be possible because of certain the right amount of oxygen within an atmosphere. If it's too much or too little, you might not be able to have things like combustion engines or a sustainable fire or anything like that. Alright. Next class would be societal filters. In 1966, Carl Sagan and God, I always struggle. I can't. Shklovsky proposed in 1966 that civilizations have a tendency towards self-destruction as technology grows more advanced. It was because it was proposed during the height of the Cold War. The prime example was, of course, the nuclear bomb. But even still, it has some validity in the face of the climate crisis, where if civilizations can't overcome unsustainable development, then it could tend towards collapse as they, in effect, cannibalize their own civilization and environment. I feel. Oh my god! Sorry, I'm not. I'm not that well cut out for presenting. I feel like I was leading somewhere there, but then I kind of forgot. uh, uh, it's fine. Okay, of course, the great filter theory, like I mentioned, is the kind of the more common explanations here, but there are a lot of others, so I guess let's go over them. First one is the dark forest hypothesis, which takes its name from the science fiction book. It likens the universe to a dark forest. Life may be plentiful and numerous, but it stays silent out of self-preservation. The logical chain behind this from the book is that if you take the following 2 statements to be true: one, that survival is the primary need of civilization, And two, that civilizations constantly grow, yet their resources remain constant. And you also consider the chain. Oh god, it's not funny. I should not be laughing at suspicion. The chain of suspicion, which states that you can never truly know what a civilization's intentions are, like as well as the concept of technological explosion, which states that a civilization could undergo a rapid technological advancement at any time, then the most rational thing for any civilization to do would be to stay silent, as well as eliminate any civilization that reveals itself out of fear of it becoming more powerful and doing and and in turn eliminating that your civilization. God, I feel like I'm not doing a really good job of explaining any of this, but uh, I don't even. Uh, it's fine. It's fine. Uh, like, another possibility is that we just aren't observing them right. Um, Telescopes might not be sensitive enough to pick up uh, alien signals from vast distances, or sorry, the signals might not be detectable because they use some method, like they operate on some frequency that's esoteric or and unusual to us, which could end up getting mixed up with the background noise, or we just haven't observed long enough and we need to be more patient. I mean, because we only started like SETI observations in like the last, like in the 20th century, so maybe the key is just to just can keep on doing it. Wait a little bit longer. I will. Thanks, Wolby. I know I'll get better with practice, and this is good practice. It's just I yeah, you're right. Okay, but related to the possibility that we aren't observing them right is the possibility that aliens are intentionally avoiding us to observe us and let us develop on our own. So now you might view this as like just being speculation or like there's no real way to prove or disprove if aliens are avoiding us, at least not right now. And yeah, that is kind of the main criticism of that theory. Okay, and lastly, the reason we aren't detecting any alien civilizations is not that they don't exist, but because galactic colonization is, for one reason or another, difficult and or undesirable. It could either be it being too expensive economically and not worthwhile, the technology behind te- interstellar travel being too difficult to be able to crack easily, or explosive galactic colonization being unsustainable, and any civilization that has attempted it has just collapsed. So, in essence, what is being said here is that it's not that civilizations don't exist, it's that because of one factor or another, they would not have had enough time to have expanded to reach us at this point. Okay, we reached the end a lot quicker than I planned. uh, I feel like I went through that like kind of quickly. So if anyone wants me to go back and elaborate more on a section, please let me know so I can do that. Because I have no plans of what to do here now. This was a lot shorter of a stream than I expected. Uh, uh, I don't really know what to do now. I'm just kind of sitting here. I mean, I definitely feel like I went through, through that too, kind of quickly, but I could have. I don't know. If no one has any questions for me about like what I talked about or just in general, guess I could go ahead and end the stream. What theory do I believe in? I don't. I don't really know. I mean, I think all of them generally have their like merits and like drawbacks. It's like I feel like it's hard to really determine which one is more correct, especially since a lot of it is based on speculation. What be asked? Do I think alien? Do if aliens think Earth might be uninhabitable? That is different. I mean, that is possible. Like, because a lot of the observations or like theories, like especially with the rare Earth hypothesis, assumes that life would need to be on an Earth-like planet to develop. But it's very possible that life could develop wholly in a way that we cannot imagine, and like they wouldn't contact us because why would they bother if to them Earth is just uninhabitable? So yeah, it very well could be a possibility. Hmm. But just circling back to what theory I think might be most likely, I definitely feel like there's like some merit to the idea of like a societal filter, like especially if in like the future we discover life on Mars or Europa, it would grant more credence to this because if life is numerous throughout the galaxy, then that would mean it that the reason we haven't been contacted could deal with um, that civilization's self-destructive tendency as it progresses and advances, and if it's able to overcome non-sustainable mode of development or not. But I think, barring that, I think the most likely would probably be the colonization being difficult because it actually ties back to the societal filters because if even if a civilization manages to overcome unsustainability on their home world, if they don't overcome that on a galactic scale, then it will eventually collapse and you know it ties back in. The oxygen bottleneck is probably not as big of a bottleneck. Yeah, that is true. But I guess it's oh, oh no. Oh, thank God. Yeah. OBS. Oh no. Oh no, I think my connection. Yeah, you're right. Oxygen is also pretty abundant as well. I mean, it just depends on like the right concentration. I think that's the idea behind the bottleneck theory. Like I said, I definitely think the most likely would be some form of societal filter with like mainly with overcoming unsustainable development. Like even if a civilization isn't fully wiped out by like climate catastrophe as such, it would drastically set them back and prevent them from being able to contact us. Oh, I do actually. I want to talk a little bit more about the Dark Force. I've been reading the book lately, reading the whole three body problem series, and like I think the Dark Forest, as terms of an explanation for the Fermi Paradox, is like flawed. Like I say this because I take issue with the second point here that civilizations constantly grow and like as like a natural rule because like as I mentioned, like constant growth and unsustainability could is like it's unsustainable and it would lead to um, could eventually decline. Sorry, societal filter feels too pessimistic. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's like it's definitely pessimistic, but I wouldn't say. I feel like when it comes to the yeah, it definitely has that air of pessimism, but it also feels like it's also kind of meant as like a, at least to me, it like motivates me to like make sure, like do my effort to make sure that it is not the outcome that we have that prevents us from becoming an interstellar species. Hmm. Think, yeah, so like Earth being rare, like yeah, like in terms of life as we know it at the very least, definitely seems like a pretty good candidate because in regard to like even because like we had yeah sorry my brain's kind of stuttering no like because like we've seen Earth like exoplanets but we've never none of them at least from what we can tell can host life. Mm. Oh yeah, the yeah I forgot to mention the early bird hypothesis as well. I didn't. I should put it in the slide, but yeah, that is another possibility. We are the precursors. We're the first civilizations. We're the ones meant to contact everyone else. It's like yeah, it is very possible that we just arrived too early or maybe too late. Who knows? I mean, we if we've arrived too late, we would probably see megastructure remnants from previous advanced civilizations, but what are the chances that we are alone? There's oh I don't know. I feel like the chances that we are like truly alone in the universe is very low because just because of how large the universe is in terms of scale. No, I don't. I refuse to believe that we are the only intelligent species in the universe. At the very least, that there won't be others after us. We could be alone now, but maybe that'll change. Ah, yeah, I agree with that. If life exists here, then surely it can exist elsewhere. I think definitely think like beyond like the societal filters or anything else, it like the most likely option is that we just haven't observed long enough, and we just need to wait. Maybe aliens will show up tomorrow. Maybe we'll find evidence of life in the universe elsewhere. We'll just have to see. Yeah. Why are you so loud? Oh my god. Could be proof that faster than light travel doesn't exist. Yeah, like I mentioned this in um my card share scale video, but like a type 3 civilization would require interstellar travel, but like if like faster than light travel would be the easiest, but a lot our current observations do seem to suggest that it it's not possible, and you'd require some form of sublight travel. I don't have any other plans, so like we could keep talking about this for a while, but I don't have any more planned. Like this was the last slide. Do I think Europa might have? I definitely think it's possible. That's what I'm excited. Like when I found out about the Europa Clipper mission, I was very excited about it. Seems like it's gonna be. I can't. Yeah, I really hope. Well, I mean, like I said, we'll just have to see what I find out. I'm hopeful. Like there definitely could. I definitely feel like there could be marine life under Europa, but it probably wouldn't take the form anywhere like anything like marine life here, just because of how far out Europa is from the sun. Maybe most life in the universe is subglacial marine life. Yeah, it's like if your life, that's like part of the evolutionary filter. Like life could be common, but something is preventing like the development of intelligent life, be it something biological or just it not, or just it not just all the life being in inconvenient places. About sounds like the indie game Biotron. Yeah. Okay. Issues with subglacial marine life. Yeah. Yeah. Like, terrestrial life requires a lot more factors in order to have it be sustainable in terms of being able to live on the surface and not die and like have a functioning ecosystem. Marine life doesn't have that many restrictions. You're not supposed daily life is most like yeah. I mean, especially with extremophiles like tardigrades, like I'm certain that there's like at the very least microbial life, like like somewhere and like under like a subglacial ocean or deep within Mars or like somewhere. Maybe marine life could use volcanic lava as fun. I mean, yeah, but I mean, it's kind of just speculation. Like, even if they could, I'm not really sure how they'd be able to, like, progress further into civilizational advancement. Though, at the same time, trying to apply our understanding of how advanced a civilization is to something that'd be wholly esoteric to us is kind of a flawed way to go about it. Yeah, it's hard to know. Yeah, it's very hard to know what alien life would be like when we only have one example. That's why, like, we have life as we know it, and then life as we don't know it. Because, like, we only have one template for life, one template for civilization. There's really no way to predict how aliens, what they'd look like or how they'd act on a societal scale. Like the idea of aquatic life using volcanoes, that feels like a good, that feels like a neat sci-fi premise. Yeah, you can't really extrapolate any data from a sample size of one. Who knows? Maybe when the Europa Clipper arrives, will our sample size will grow to two. Not much better, but better than a sample size of one. One day go to God route and make like, mm, yeah, but I mean, it'd still be the life would it would not be alien life. It'd still be determined by us. So mm, maybe. What if there are no aliens because they got extinct? I mean, yeah, yeah, that is true. What if? But I mean, did still the artificial intelligence would still count as like extraterrestrial intelligence of their its own? No, so like the fundamental rules like still apply. Why wouldn't we have received contact from these uh, artificial intelligence networks. Maybe they have no interest in contacting us. Who knows? I'm sorry, I'm fidgeting with a lot of stuff, but I don't really know what to do. Concept is wastegate and they're not being. Mm, we just like we can't really predict what an artificial intelligence might be like. They could wipe out their own like host creators, but then they don't. But then they just don't really care about other civilizations. Like, there's no way to predict it. Space time. It got that would be a scary concept though. We just wake up tomorrow, we're surrounded by extraterrestrial terminators. Hmm. Hmm. Hey, I've been live for about 40 minutes. This was fun. I might think I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here. But this was fun. I might do it again soon. Who knows? Um, no, this was it was very stressful. I was very anxious before something. No, this was pretty fun. It was it was fun talking about these, being able to talk about these concepts with like without fear. um, no, I think that's gonna be where I conclude it for today. So I'll see you I'll see y'all next time. Bye. Oh, oh wait, my mic's still on.